Baylen Out Loud star flooded with support as she issues emotional statement. Reality star Baylen Dupree has her own TV show which documents her life as a young woman with Tourette's. Reality TV star Baylen Dupree has been flooded with support from fans as she leapt to the defense of Tourette's campaigner John Davidson, who shouted out a racial slur during the 2026 BAFTA ceremony. John's struggles growing up with Tourette's syndrome inspired the film I Swear, and its star, Robert Aramayo, took home the event's Best Actor gong for his portrayal of the disability advocate. The condition is characterized by sudden sounds or movements, known as tics, which sufferers can't control. Baylen, 23, has now weighed in on the events, hot on the heels of the BBC issuing an apology for not editing out the remark from its broadcast. The TikTok star has built a huge audience as a result of documenting her life with the condition and even has her own reality show, Baylen Out Loud, showcasing life as a young woman with Tourette's. In one episode she tries to cook her fiancé a meal, but is at high risk of burning and cutting herself due to one of her common tics being involuntary movements. "I need to speak on this as someone who lives with Tourette's," her lengthy Instagram statement began. "When you live with this disorder, you lose control of your own voice sometimes, and that is a terrifying thing." She continued, "Tics are not thoughts. They are not opinions. They are not secret beliefs hiding underneath the surface. They are involuntary neurological impulses, like a sneeze or hiccup, except sometimes they attach themselves to words that carry weight, history, and pain. Can you imagine how heartbreaking it is to say something you don't mean? To hear a word come out of your own mouth and feel immediate shame? To want to crawl out of your own body because your brain betrayed you? People think if a slur comes out, it must reflect what's in your heart. But Tourette doesn't pull from hatred, it often pulls from anxiety, from fear, from the very thing you're most scared of saying. The brain misfires on what feels charged or taboo. It doesn't excuse the hurt a word carries. Words matter. History matters. Pair matters. But so does neurological reality. There is a difference between intent and impulse. Living with Tourette's means constantly apologizing for something you didn't choose. It means living with the fear that one moment could define you forever. It means knowing that no matter how kind you are, no matter what you believe, one tic could make the world decide who you are. And that's devastating. She concluded, "You can hold space for the harm of a word while also holding space for the reality of a disorder. Compassion doesn't cancel accountability, but education matters. Please understand this. When someone with Tourette's says something offensive as a tic, it is not coming from their heart. It's coming from a brain that sometimes doesn't give them a choice." The star was quickly flooded with support from her followers, with one penning, "Coming from someone who lived 44 years with Tourette's syndrome, exactly this." Another commented, "Thank you for speaking on this. I immediately thought of you when I saw/heard the video of this man." Baylen Out Loud is available to stream on Discovery+. For the latest showbiz, TV, movie and streaming news, go to the new Everything Gossip website. Ensure our latest headlines always appear at the top of your Google search by making us a preferred source. Click here to activate or add us as your preferred source in your Google search settings. Will Baylen Out Loud return for Season 3? Everything we know so far. What to know. Baylen Out Loud Season 2 ended in December 2025. The series follows the life and relationships of Baylen Dupree, a young woman with Tourette's syndrome. If renewed, Season 3 will likely feature Baylen's upcoming wedding. After a heartwarming finale took Baylen Dupree, Colin Dooley, and the rest of her family to London, England, fans are eager to find out if the beloved TLC series, Baylen Out Loud, will return for a third season. After Colin proposed to Baylen during the Season 1 finale of Baylen Out Loud, Season 2, which aired on TLC from October 7 to December 30, 2025, primarily focused on Baylen and Colin planning for their wedding and their future as a married couple. From a debate about their wedding venue to a trip to London, Season 2 was full of highs and lows for the Dupree family. However, the season ended on the best possible note, as Baylen tried out the new Pulse device, a bracelet that provides gentle electrical stimulation to the median nerve, reducing her tics. While the device is not yet available in the States, it certainly gave her new hope for the future. With Baylen and Colin's highly anticipated wedding on the horizon, it's clear that fans want Season 3 of Baylen Out Loud to hit their screens as soon as possible. Scroll to find out everything we know about Baylen Out Loud Season 3, including if the series has been renewed, when fans should expect the season to premiere, and more. Will there be a Season 3 of Baylen Out Loud? As of January 2026, TLC has not confirmed that Baylen Out Loud has been renewed for a third season. However, Season 1 of Baylen Out Loud, which became the #1 freshman series on cable in 2025 across all key demos, was a major success for TLC. If fans tuned into Season 2 nearly as much as they watched Season 1, we'd expect to see the Season 3 announcement any day now. Plus, Season 2 captured Baylen and Colin's wedding prep. Who wouldn't want to see their wedding after all that build-up? When will Baylen Out Loud Season 3 premiere? While Season 3 of Baylen Out Loud has not been confirmed yet, based on past seasons, we'd expect to see Season 3 premiere before the end of 2026. Both Seasons 1 and 2 of Baylen Out Loud premiered in 2025, with Season 1 ending in March and Season 2 beginning in October. If TLC decides to maintain a 7-month gap between seasons, the third season will likely premiere around August. Will Baylen and Colin get married during Season 3 of Baylen Out Loud? At this time, Baylen and Colin have not confirmed their wedding date. However, it is clear that they will be tying the knot between spring and summer 2026. It's unlikely that Baylen Out Loud would feature 2 full seasons of wedding prep, so fans should definitely expect to see Baylen and Colin head down the aisle during Baylen Out Loud Season 3. Find out everything we know about Baylen and Colin's upcoming wedding here. Baylen Out Loud, Season 3, TBA, TLC. Baylen Out Loud of star Baylen Dupree on why her family signed up for reality TV and how Season 2 will tackle wedding planning. Baylen Dupree has brought selflessness to reality television. TLC's Baylen Out Loud debuted this year as a chronicle of 22-year-old Dupree's life, and while she initially grew her profile because of TikTok videos, she was never the typical Gen Z, posting inane trends and dance routines. Dupree has Tourette's syndrome, and her symptoms include vocal tics and profane outbursts as a result of coprolalia. While these manifestations can sometimes turn heads when she's in public in her hometown of Harper's Ferry, WV, the condition has been normalized for Dupree's millions of social media followers, and now the sizable TLC audience. With the show, I feel like it gives a wider and broader view and more knowledge of Tourette's and how I live with it, she says. It just opens up a wider range to people to spread awareness or educate. Dupree says she is seeing the immediate result of the show's impact. I've had an abundance of people come up to me, which is lovely, she says. The ones through the show tend to have more in-depth stories. I had someone come up to me at Chipotle and say, "My wife has waited 10 years for a story to come out like yours." She teaches special ed kids. I teach behavioral therapy. We see how people are treated differently every day. We live with it, we see it, and you're making a difference. What makes a Baylen Out Loud so compelling is that, despite the challenges Dupree faces, she is determined to live a full and rich life. Audiences are introduced to her large family, including her parents and 5 siblings, and her love story with her boyfriend, and now fiancé, Colin Dooley. Watching Dupree's loved ones navigate through both small challenges, such as her tics interrupting a grocery store trip, to figuring out the mechanics of her someday living with Dooley as their relationship grows, shows the compassion they have for each other. But it's not all serious, as some of the show's best moments include Dupree and Dooley's loving moments and the bickering that inevitably takes place between siblings and parents. Despite their love for each other, the focus of Baylen Out Loud is a real family, and not everyone was initially ready for prime time. We all sat down, and it did take some convincing for my siblings to realize that this is for the greater good, she says. This is for a bigger and better purpose than ourselves. As for Season 2, which has already been ordered by TLC, Dupree says that wedding planning will be her primary focus, but she's hoping to dive even more into understanding her condition and continuing to educate viewers. There will be more public speaking and new medications, different types of therapies, different types of treatments that I'll be exploring, she says. There will be multiple people on with Tourette's you've either seen before, or you haven't, or they're new. And while Dupree has undoubtedly made progress in showing society what her life is like with Tourette's and coprolalia, she's quick to note that there is much more work to be done for the cultural perception of the disorder. There is still so much more awareness for everybody else, she says. This is one case of Tourette's out of hundreds and thousands and millions of other cases. I'm one person that lives with it, but there are millions of other people out there. I hope it gives everyone a better understanding, but everyone's case is different. I feel like there's a lot more that needs to be done. Baylen Out Loud star Beckner Dupree's mom speaks out after missing person flyer surfaces online. Baylen Dupree's little brother Beckner Dupree is safe and sound at home, despite a viral missing poster that implies otherwise. The flyer in question was republished by TMZ, and includes several red flags, from the organization to inconsistent fonts and a distinct lack of helpful information. It simply read, "Missing" at the top, with only Beckner's first name included over a picture of him in a t-shirt. It claimed he'd gone missing on Saturday, November 22nd, in West Virginia, with no locale specified, and encouraged anyone with information to call the Virginia Police Department. Funnily enough, the phone number included does actually belong to the police, just on the other side of the country, in Everett, Washington. The publication reached out to the Dupree family, with mom Julie confirming that it is a hoax and that the 10-year-old is accounted for and doing just fine. It's not the first viral hoax that the family has fallen victim to, with accounts impersonating Baylen recently claiming that she and her fiancé, Colin Dooley, were expecting their first child together. An apparent AI Facebook post featured a photograph of the couple posing on a balcony at night, holding up a pair of ultrasound printouts, misleading many of the young reality star's fanbase, leading her to take to TikTok to do damage control and assure her followers, "I'm not pregnant." Fans were immediately sympathetic over the nightmare scenario, with several venting frustrations over the use of AI. "The things people post boggles my poor old mind," one wrote, which certainly feels applicable to this situation, too. "I'm so sorry, Baylen," another sympathetic fan replied. AI has caused plenty of issues of late, from false product and campaign endorsements to computer-generated actresses and stolen likenesses, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon.